Hi, friends. How are you today? Good to see everyone. I'm here with a very special guest. I adore her, Linda Jordan, a realtor with Strategic Moves Realty. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm excited to chat with you.
Me too. Let's get it going because I know you have a specialty. Not all real estate agents are created equal, believe me.
Mhm.
So tell me,
Exactly.
you've been in the business for a long time. You are a pro at this. You know the ropes. You know the ins and outs. And so tell me what your specialty is. It's fascinating. I know it is, but let her tell you.
The specialty that we have in our practice, we about 65% of our business comes from what we call the 50 plus market. So that's retirees, that's people that are looking to downsize. Um, they may still be working, but that last kiddo has left home, all the way to assisted living and memory care. So we're working in that space of later in life transitions.
And later in life is right now because I'm over 50.
Yeah, exactly. Me too.
So you think that the young people are buying houses, but really that's a huge market. And tell them how you help them and tell them what your specialty is and what just extra service you bring to the table. It's amazing.
So basically, what we do with that 55 plus is we're putting ourselves in kind of what we call like a round robin circle of support. So at this stage in life, people have potentially an elder law attorney that they're working with. If they don't, we can refer them a financial advisor, a CPA. They could even be working with some limited services. Maybe someone's had a knee replacement and they've got a little home health going on. So there's a lot of people that are bringing support to that clientele. And so we're putting ourselves sort of, as one of the cogs in the wheel, so to speak. So for instance, we had a lady that was selling that had bought a home 55 years ago for $30,000 that was now worth $1 million.
Mm.
So when those things happen, someone needs to know that a large sum of money is coming their direction. So we partnered with her financial advisor um, to make sure that she had the right tax implications as a result of that sale. So it's looking beyond just the transaction. The transaction is actually just a small part of, the entire issue, for the senior, whatever that looks like.
Yeah.
And
So
this
this
lady,
is, oh, sorry,
this
go
lady,
ahead. I'm just so excited about it.
I was going to say, and this lady was a home buyer, so she sold and then she bought. So she downsized, um, but she was still a home buyer. So yes, people in their 70s and 80s are still buying homes.
It's more than putting a sign in the yard. You're holding their hand through the whole process and really making sure that they understand the implications and what's going on. So,
Correct.
yeah.
And pointing out things many times, the seniors, they tend to hang on to their homes longer. So we regularly have people that have been in a home 20, 30, 40, 50 years, where young people that are upwardly mobile and they're getting moved around with jobs and things, they're moving at a much more rapid clip, and they're coming in and out of town and things like that. The seniors, they haven't moved in a very, very long time. So sometimes they're selling, the quote unquote family home, and there's emotions that are attached to that. So we help them with their stuff. We help them, with, what they perceive as their memories being, inside the walls of the home. And, many of them, it's the only home their children and grandchildren have ever known. So it's a big deal.
And and that's the care you give them because it is a big deal. Their whole lives are about to change, and you really take them through the process of helping them. We have a mutual friend and that she's downsizing and you're helping her move into an assisted living facility. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So
Yes. So when we've got, and many times you'll have a case where you may have one individual that needs substantial care and the other person is just fine. And they're a married couple. So you've got seniors with two, they're on two different trajectories as far as their needs are concerned. So how do we work with them for their resources for both partners in the marriage so that they're both cared for in the manner that they need at that particular time?
Absolutely. So tell me about your favorite customer story. your client?
Well, I was going to say that what sort of brought me into the senior space was, I call it a collision of your personal and professional life. So I, of course, came into real estate because I, like many other people, am addicted to everything HGTV, everything real estate, everything model homes. Let's go look. So it was there was a lot of love of brick and mortar. So I love the product. What became apparent very early on is that this is not just brick and mortar, it's people's lives.
Mm.
And the transition is so important, especially to that senior. So one of my very first clients was 76, and she was almost what we call an elder orphan. She had one child and had been widowed for years and years. So she was truly alone. And so I realized that I became a very integral part of her transition, almost like a surrogate daughter. So we extend that, you can call it white glove service, high touch. We take care of them like we would our parents.
Absolutely. So tell me about the man. You told the story at your ribbon cutting about how he inherited a property and was trying to sell it, and you saved him. You saved him. So you tell it much better than I do. So
yes, we had a gentleman that had inherited his father's home, and he had people coming out of the woodwork offering, cash for this truly fixer-upper, type of home. And he was getting, we had a handful of offers in the neighborhood of $120,000. And when I was introduced to him, he was ready to sign that contract for 120.
Mm.
And I begged him to not sign that contract and at least have a conversation with me. He agreed to let me list it. We listed it and we put it under contract the first weekend for $180,000. And for either a senior or a family, the heirs, those are meaningful dollars. There's funeral expenses, there's senior living expenses. There's so much that's there, and those dollars are so meaningful. So we always encourage people, have a conversation. It costs nothing to chat with us and kind of show you what the road's going to look like.
You are truly their advocate.
Yes, 100%. We're their advocate and protector, I like to say.
Yes, and it really pays to work with a real estate agent. Please don't try to do it on your own. You will
Right.
You will leave money on the table. I promise you.
Exactly.
So what's the best way to get a hold of you and have that chat?
So I can be reached by phone or text at 713-826-5145 or email Linda at strategicmovesrealty.com. I know that's long, but name of the company.com, and just my first name, Linda.
Excellent. So
yes.
And you specialize in that space, but you help everybody, right? You
Yes.
work with all buyers and sellers. Okay.
Absolutely. We work with investors, we work with land, we've done rural properties. And the other thing that I want to point out is we do have a global footprint. So we are worldwide, and we have the ability to connect people. I just connected someone last week. We're going to do a deal in El Paso. So whether it's in the state of Texas, where I'm licensed, or out, our network is global, and my senior specific network is nationwide. So we can help mom and dad that are trying to get from Tennessee down to Houston to be near their children.
Excellent. It's a feel-good story. You're just making so many differences in so many lives, and people are appreciative. And so I get goosebumps thinking about it.
That was the unanticipated benefit of the business, that I thought that I loved the brick and mortar, and I really love the people and their stories and their families. And I get to be a family member for about, 30 to 60, sometimes 90 days. It's really cool.
Oh, well, that's wonderful. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story and your expertise and your advice. And please call Linda if you need anything at all. She's wonderful. So, all right. Well, thank you for your time today.
Thank you. I appreciate it. This was fun.
Oh, good. I love them. All right. We'll see everybody soon. Bye. Let me